Oh boy. So there continues to be calls for hunting bans all over the world. There's one in South Australia right now. The US Fish and Wildlife Service in their appropriations bill, currently on the Senate floor, still has language to ban the import of leopards, lions, and elephants from Zambia, and Tanzania. You saw Connecticut last year put an import ban on trophy hunting, and it's not probably going to stop anytime soon. So what's befuddling to me, though, is what is the source of the information behind these bans? So the only one that I can really pick at is the one that keeps raising its head in the United Kingdom. The call for the import of trophies to be banned into the UK. Now, yes, I get it. They're not directly banning hunting, but indirectly they're saying, through the banning of imports, we're going to kibosh essentially hunting. And let's be honest, Boris Johnson stood up in front of Parliament and actually said, yes, we're in favour.
Yes, I thank my honourable friend for what she's doing to campaign against illegal wildlife trading and trophy hunting. And we mean to end the import of trophies hunted elsewhere.
So where do we currently stand, right? In the UK, Boris is gone. I think his fiancée, Carrie Simons, who was whispering sweet nothings in his ear about how bad hunting is and how barbaric it is. And I think Boris is a hunter, though, so there must be like a quid pro quo happening there. I guess it's their private business, right? Regardless, Boris is gone. Zach Goldsmith, the former Department of DEFRA minister, essentially the Department of Environmental, Forestry and Rural Affairs, is gone, who is like one of the biggest champions of trophy hunting. He's been subsequently replaced by a guy that I cannot say his name, so I'll just put it on here. But there's been a complete switch and a maybe a change in attitude around this. So do we have anything else to worry about? Well, maybe not, but I'm not a betting man. And so in these times, this is when we have to double down. And we have to sort of point out the fallacies and point out the falsifications and point out the information that is being used to promulgate these bans. So one of the pieces of information that's being used, I would classify as almost nonsensical. So I say nonsensical very purposely. And after this, I'll let you make up your own mind. So the group that's behind this is self-titled the All-Party Parliamentary Group Against Trophy Hunting. You can get to their website and you can have a look at their website. It's right here. So immediately, their name actually suggests the thing that they're after, which is the banning of trophy hunting, the All-Party Parliamentary Group on trophy hunting, on banning of trophy hunting, not the All-Parliamentary Group on the banning of imports of hunting trophies. So if you go to their website, you'll notice a couple of things. So I noticed 3 things. Number 1, it's a WordPress site. So somebody just sort of drummed it up. There's no back end to it. Number 2, it's just filled with tabloid articles, after tabloid article, after tabloid article. So that's flag number 1, WordPress site. Flag number 2, it's just filled with tabloid articles. Flag number 3, they can't find anybody to contact associated with the website. So already 3 flags about like, almost like the scenario where the internet functions at its best, which is anyone can say anything. So the same group then took it upon themselves to create a report. And this report is the case for a trophy hunting ban. It's hefty. Here it is. It's 279 pages. Now, it looks hefty here, and I even printed it double pages. 279 pages. Here's what I want you to understand at the highest level associated with this report. If this report is indeed a case for banning hunting, you would expect this report to be full, chock-a-block, full of peer-reviewed science articles, book chapters, books written by scientists or conservationists. You would think that those peer-reviewed articles would be backed up, showcasing the detriment of hunting on wildlife populations, on communities, on economies, all sorts of things, right? So let's take a look. So if you look at the reference section is pretty impressive. It's 1, 2, 3, 3.5 pages, right? 137 references or citations. That's bloody impressive. However, not so impressive when you give it a little bit of scrutiny. Of the 137 references here, there's not a single scientific reference. Nothing. Instead, what you get are Instagram posts, internet sites, website articles, some journalistic articles, a lot of hunting websites. And I'm assuming that's just them taking like testimonials and putting it in this report as the case for trophy hunting. Just like I said before, somebody's going to say, well, what's wrong with citing the internet? anyone can say anything and you can quote it. If you don't see what's wrong with that, then we have a bigger issue. Okay, here's the last thing I'll say. I'm going to have to read this. So it says when you get to the end of the 137 references, if you're not happy with the sources, then you can go here for additional sources. For context in the introduction and in parts A and B, including case studies, are to be found in Trophy Hunters Exposed, Killing Game, Trophy Leaks, and Undercover Trophy Hunting by Eduardo Concalves. I give you a website for where you can buy the book. Well, if you didn't know, Jens Ulrich Hög has already debunked. We did a video series on the work that Jens did and debunked 6 pieces that were in that book of how, just with a little bit of research, you would know that what you wrote was completely wrong, completely falsified, and lies, essentially. At the end of the day, I think we can all agree, whether you like hunting or you don't like hunting, that we want healthy wildlife and human populations on this planet to be sustainable in the future. So let's use evidence-based conservation techniques that are working to continue exactly that. Hunting all over the world is doing exactly that.